Well, hello and welcome back to Gmodism channel. This is your host Eric of Gmodism, and we are here in From the Depth. Now, I made a little poll on my community page, and actually like twice the amount that usually responded to this little poll. And basically, you all really wanted, I think it's like 85% of you, last I checked, wanted me to take a little look at the beautiful Yamato build by martincitopants. So I pitched the Super Yamato against the Gimli, and spoiler alert, click away from this video right now and check the Gimli battle in 3, 2, 1. You had your chance. So basically, the Yamato lost really hard. The issue is that the Ultra Battleship Yamato, she clocks in at the tiny cost of, is it this one now? Yeah, no, this one. Clocks in at the tiny cost of 5 million materials, and the Gimli is at 2.2 materials. And you may wonder, how is it possible that martincitopants' Super Battleship Yamato, which totally dominated the in-game campaign at the hardest difficulty, is able to lose so extremely hard against the Gimli? Well, some of you said that the reason that happened is because I accidentally downloaded the super old Yamato from 2020, which only costs 3.9 million, which, well, let's say it's not very well built, right? And not used the new version. And that's not correct. I did use the latest version of the Yamato, and just to confirm the difference, I actually pitched the newer version of the Yamato versus the older version of Yamato. Sorry, I didn't record that. But the results were basically that the new version of the Yamato totally killed the old version in 2 minutes. Yeah. This one is so much better. It's so much stronger. The thing is, however, that, you know, I'm a pretty hardcore From the Depth nerd here, and I spend a lot of time in this game. There is no nice way to say it. Basically, the Gimli is just a much more superior battleship. It's just better in every regard. That's why it's able to win. So basically, you know, martincitopants is a great comedian. He makes a lot of funny videos in a lot of different games. I'm a very, you know, I have 2,200 hours of in-game playtime in this game. Don't judge me. So, you know, I know my way around a little bit by now, and I don't expect someone to just quickly get in there and beat a campaign to have the same knowledge level. That would be completely insane. Then I think he should be the next Einstein. But you know, it's not that weird. I have made so many really bad old battleships, and the Gimli is just not one of them, right? So that's the reason why it wins. But a lot of you, as said, wanted me to improve and fix the Super Battleship Yamato by martincitopants. As said in the poll, more than twice the usual amount responded there, so that's really cool to see. So I get it, you really want to see me fix the Super Battleship Yamato, and I will do it. In any case, I will say this, here in the Gmodism Empire, we have a little Discord. If you want to talk from the depth, you can probably join there. We're pretty nerdy, so if you don't want that, you should probably, you know, stay away. We kind of just embrace the nerdiness. And I can give you a pretty long list of things you should definitely not talk about on a first date. Like the difference between Hessian heat, for example. Anyways, I think it's pretty cool that martincitopants was able to build a very beautiful build of the Yamato that looks pretty close to the original battleship that it's modeled after. That's very impressive. And the improvements that has been made to the newer version compared to this older version is absolutely awesome. I really think that's like it's some really big improvements. Like, look at this thing. It just, this is the older version. It's an absolute mess. And as said, I pitched this against the updated version of the Yamato, and this thing loses in like 2 minutes. So let's not care about that. Let's look at the newer version here. This one is so much better, a lot more expensive of course, but it's definitely something we can build upon. This thing is of course improved in most regards. It is still, however, a pretty weak ship. It again loses against the Gimli, which is less than half the cost of this thing. So it is a strong ship in that it's just so huge that of course it will be strong, but if you consider the cost of this ship, it's not very strong. And we're going to fix this ship. That is a little mini series basically that we will commence on this little channel. So I do hope you are indeed very much subscribed. Anyways, Funny Frogman has made this very beautiful little build here, and in general, the general shapes of it are really cool, but there are a number of things we just have to fix. So, the armor is kind of bad. Yeah, the weapons are kind of bad. The civ systems are kind of bad. The detection, you know, basically everything is kind of bad. We even have some really sad mistakes. Like I talked about in our battle video with the Ultra Battleship Yamato versus the Gimli, we have a lot of detection that's just botched and messed up, so we'll need to fix that. We have some aesthetical issues. I will not suffer this to look like this. We'll have to smoothen this thing out a little bit. You know, when you have spent all the time to make a really beautiful general shape, like started to shape out and really flesh out this awesome battleship design, and you kind of just, you know, yeah, I'm just not gonna care about this part. If you're an aesthetical person, this will sting very hard in your eyes. It's infuriating, in fact. And this is, of course, something we'll have to fix. So we basically have some aesthetical issues. Like, look at this. Martin, what did you do? Why couldn't you just add a few more blocks to smoothen this out? Answer me. I don't think Martin will answer us, but our Funny Frogman is probably preparing for another game or something. But I'm very much stuck in From the Depth with my 2.2k hours, so I better take some. I better get some use of my skills here and actually improve a very much appreciated battleship to a workable state, that it will be able to beat the Gimli. That's of course the goal. Not at the same cost, of course, but I will make it be able to beat the Gimli, and hopefully I'll make it cheaper too and better looking. And this is the first little episode where we'll be showing that. But to return to the earlier little question, what's wrong with the Super Battleship Yamato? What is wrong with the Ultra Yamato? Well, let me show you some more examples. Like, we have so many things that feels all finished. We got like, what's happening here? Why do we have a glass block there? Why is all detection so messed up? Why couldn't have been fixed? And why do we use the ancient method of doing wires with APS systems? This is so easy to do with deco that we'll of course have to fix that. Yeah. Other than that, I will not even attempt to count. We have so many small guns that are not even connected up using local weapon controllers. So these cannons are basically dead weight. That's pretty annoying. We have to fix that. Also, we have a extremely sparing use of colors of this ship. Obviously, we'll have to fix some colors here. Or maybe we should even fit a little nice camo. We have a lot of turrets that needs fixing too. On this ship we have so many turrets that are actually like here we have, for an example, that's something that's very wrong with it, is that we got these shells here. You can see these cram shells. It has 30,000 health. You might think that's a lot. Well, if you think that's a lot, go watch the video with the Gimle basically decimating this thing, because if you say that, I don't think you watched that video. It has just too little health. This is just not even a match for the Gimle's lambs. You know, they're just gonna shoot them down. You could have, you might as well not even had these cram cannons. It's just dead weight by now, and that's really sad, considering if we take a little look at this thing, go to stats. This thing is 25,000 materials. It's only one of 9 barrels. So these are pretty expensive turrets. And you can see these turrets are pretty big and expensive since last time. They are really upgraded. Yeah, it may not be. It's a very cubey Tetris, but it can be salvaged. We can save these turrets. I don't need to replace them entirely. I can just make them better. And here we have a strong case of very bad thin neck. This is just gonna die. That even happens in the Gimle battle. Not a good idea. And considering we have a pretty expensive system here, this one is 127,000. Yeah, they all kind of have the same cost, so it's like a 360,000 cost turret this then, and that's just the APS parts, not even counting the armor. And the issue with these, of course, is that we have a little bit of a chain reaction problem, where the turrets blow up a little bit like that. All the turrets have that problem, and as I did a little video before where we talk about chain reacting APS guns and where you do not need an emergency ejection defuse. If you want to watch that and have some research about it, you should definitely take a look. It's already there, and I made that because Grip was taken, right? Said that I did criticize the shells a little bit too hard that were kinetic. But the thing is that if you do not have an emergency ejection defuse and ejectors in a cannon that only has kinetic shells, those will be ejected and might hurt the ammo input. And while it might be a minor issue, if we accidentally eject those shells upon, for example, a LVC, local weapon controller, the entire turret might be disabled. It's just a bad practice. That's what I'm trying to say. And you can see this super strong armor here. Man, this doesn't help. We'll just need multiple connection points. What the hell, this thing is just gonna blow up anyways, it doesn't matter. So the problem is that a lot of the turrets are chain reacting. And why do they do that? Well, they actually have emergency ejection defuses. Yep, and ejectors. But the issue is that not all of the guns have that. Or all the guns have that, but not all of the autoloaders inside of a gun have that. And that causes the issue. So they're just gonna chain react and blow up. That's like the big issue here. So we just have to fix that. So I kind of feel a little bit of a top of this thing is missing too. And we have a glaring issue that the Ultra Battleship Yamato only has one AI core. It's a disgrace. If that AI core gets destroyed, this entire ship is out of the game. It lost. A ship of this size should have at least 3 AI cores, and all of these guns are pretty different. Like seriously, do not want them to be aiming at the same type of aim point. And that's one of the issues that Martin has here. They all aim at the same type of aim point. They're not properly set up. So we'll need to fix that. We need to set it up in a proper way so that it can actually choose what target it engages. That means that cram cannons will always engage super slow and big targets, and APS system will always engage targets that are a little bit faster, you know, stuff like that. Laser, of course, needs to engage smaller targets first. Laser is the best way to deal with incoming fighters and bombers and stuff like that. And considering that the real Battleship Yamato died because of a lot of airplanes, it has to be fixed, you know? It has to be fixed. It's like the literal death of the real Battleship Yamato. American like torpedo bombers or torpedo planes coming in and just decimating it. If the real Battleship Yamato would have had lasers, at least those lasers should have been set up to deal with the fighters and the airplanes and the bombers, and it would probably have been another story. But that sounds like another timeline, so we don't need to speculate about that. I'm just saying we need to fix that. Then we have the super annoying and glaring issue, which is broken steam engines. Inside of here we have a steam engine. Look at it. Large serial piston, output is blocked, can't dissipate steam. This is very sad. We have to fix that. It can't dissipate the steam. It basically renders this engine almost useless. It's very annoying. So the steam engines will need to be fixed too. There is more, trust me. But the Yamato Ultra Battleship is based on a pretty old design by martincitopants. He basically made this to just look cool, and it really does. It just needs some smoothing around the edges and stuff like that, and it will look absolutely splendid. The issue just is that the final polish were never applied, and it's really sad for a ship that is being so well built. And I mean, look at this thing. If we're gonna save this vehicle, you can see here that it is version 101. You save this 100 times. Probably spent more than 100 hours on this thing anyways. So it is a super nice looking cool build. It's just a shame that it doesn't have that final polish, and that it doesn't have that final firepower that actually will make this thing scary. And that's what we're gonna fix. However, again, this is a pretty old build, and some of you in the comment section said to me that I should probably take a little look at Martin's newer builds to get an understanding of what his building level is at, since this is not quite representative, it's just large. So here we are presenting the little guy. martincitopants smaller build available for public download on the workshop, if anyone likes that. So here we can see we have the little guy. We got nice access ways, a ready diver, a shilling person. Wait, isn't this... shouldn't you be smoking something? Never mind. Here we anyways have the little guy, which is a 147,000 cost ship. It has, let's see here, what do we have here? We're just going to look a little bit at it here and see what we got. All right, so it looks like we have a lot of ejectors here. That's nice. We're gonna check out, we have an emergency ejection defuse, and we got the heat shell, and Oh damn, the other shell is a fin stabilized HESH shell. It doesn't have emergency ejection defuse. That's not good. Okay. If we take a little look in here, we can see that the local weapon controller is not properly EMP insulated. So this can easily be killed with EMP. And we have a lot of heavy armor use here to secure the ammo. This is not a proper tactic of securing the ammo. No, that's not reasonable. We have a laser system here. It's not EMP insulated, so that is a little bit of an issue. Okay, total buoyancy. So this is probably pretty... Yeah, it provides some... Yeah, okay, that works. But here we can see again a completely not EMP insulated LVC. Just having a surge protector in the near vicinity doesn't fix the issue. That will not work. No. Yeah, not EMP secured there either. Let's check this clamshell a little bit there. It has a... okay, health of 6,000. That won't probably be very useful, will it? High explosive only, no hardeners at all. Nah. If this is not a Civ's cram cannon, this just won't do it. No, definitely not. Alright. Here we have the fuel storage. It looks like all the fuel is stored at one place. That's not good, because fuel is now flammable. This will cause a fire, which will spread. We got a lot of repair bots and repair things to repair other stuff as well. And the LAM system, together with the laser system in general, is just not EMP insulated at all. Alright, no, this is... it has big room for improvements. I can see that this system isn't built in a hurry. And that's really different from the Yamato, because that thing obviously was built in a hurry, right? This one isn't built in a hurry. But it is... It kind of has the same issues as the Yamato, but it, you know... I don't see a big improvement here. Here we can see also we have a laser painter. This thing should probably be under it instead, because otherwise it will block it a little bit. This, by the way, is EMP susceptible, so I think it is. Is it not? Is it not? Never mind. The laser emitter is not EMP susceptible. I kind of thought it was. However, this little EMP wireless receiver is EMP susceptible, so that's the issue. And if we go to connectors, they are not EMP susceptible. So if you want to use the wireless, which I always do, it needs to be EMP secured, because this being attached to this makes it so that if we have a little EMP surge, that's more than a little EMP surge, but whatever. For science, we can see that if this thing gets shot at somewhere in the vicinity, it will go there. Stuff like that, you know. Yeah, this thing is gonna have some issues with EMP, that is for sure. We didn't use steam engines, which caused less issues, but oh my god. Wait 1 second. I think I accidentally... There we go. I'm gonna check out these here. What do we have here? We have a laser designator, frag, explosive, 2 fins, variable thruster. Okay, thrust duration 8 seconds. Alright, I think this could have been... We could make them fly a little bit longer. And when we're building missiles in From the Depth, it's extremely rare that we do not use an APN guidance, so that should really be there. Not having APN guidance will just make your missiles like really sad. So yeah, we got some issues there. Anyways, we have something that the Yamato doesn't have here. We have, oh yes, we have roll stabilization, it seems like, which is really nice. I do like that. We're not going to fix the little guy. We're gonna look at the Yamato, but I just wanted to check it out to see if the quality improved. All right, let's look at the large male. The large male is the battleship predecessing the Yamato. So here we can see we are still lacking APN guidance here. This is a-okay. Boring torpedoes, but here we can see that the thrust is actually set up to match the lifetime of the torpedo. So that's really good. That's good. Now, placing stuff too close to the LAM nodes kind of blocks them, so that is probably not a good idea to have exactly there. Here we have a harpoon. All right. Regulator. Okay, we wanna be alive for 80 seconds. Radar target simulator and a harpoon. Why? It's just a decoy. Honestly, I think this might be a little bit expensive for a decoy. Launching each of these costs 128 materials. But indeed, here we can see these are actually not blocked. That's good. The coincidence rangefinders, which is vital to have with the cram system. I will tell you that. These shells are a little bit... yeah. Works, however, if we take a little look at this thing, we have mostly frag, which is really good. We have some hardware, we have incendiary. Yeah, these cram shells are much better here. We got a really good reload speed here too, and the health of the shell is actually better than what's on the Yamato. So this is legit a better cram cannon. Here we have, oh, we got APN guidance. Look at this thing. Active radar seeker with a signal processor, explosives, APN guidance. Should be a little bit higher, but whatever. Reinforced bodies increases the health. Thrust duration 18 seconds to a lifetime of 20 seconds. Variable thruster. Beautiful. These are legit good missiles. Good job, Martin. These missiles are well set up. That's nice. Here we got a, might this be a, yeah, we got a munition defense here. Time to use high explosive warhead body. What? If this is a munition defense, it should be munition defense bodies. MDBs. Why? Are these doubling as damage dealing? That would be the only possible excuse to set it up in that way. I only see the Civs controller here. And nothing is of course EMP secured. So this is gonna be really EMP susceptible. Yeah. Which is, this is a really weird thing. You can see Martin put a laser targeter here. Completely unnecessary. I don't know why they allow this, but you can put the laser targeter anywhere in the ship. You don't need to have, it doesn't need to have visual, like it doesn't need to see the enemy, right? Okay, we got some lasers here too. But in general, it feels like the same. I don't know. I don't think there is much of a improved thing here. The AI is EMP secured, which is really nice. So that is well set up, but this is the same case on the Yamato. I wouldn't say that the Yamato is just much worse than everything else he made recently. I just think it's perhaps a little bit sloppily put together. But there are some things to learn there, of course, to make good ships. It looks like the AI targeting setup is a little bit lacking too, so we of course need to fix that. Not on this one. The large male is as it is, but on the Yamato, of course. Let's take a little extra look with this little filter on here. Oh my god, this is so many repair units. That's some serious repair unit spam. Alright. Okay, we got some we got a little bit of an unsmooth fire rate here, but you know, that's pretty okay. I do that sometimes too. I'm lazy. Emergency ejection defuse, AP frag. It's a pretty decent setup shell. That works. Pretty decent setup turret here. Now, let's check the stats of this turret here. We got an autoloader, ammo intake and cooling limit, which is pretty much tuned there. So that is, yeah, they are pretty close. Yeah, all in all, I think this is a pretty well set up cannon. Perhaps a little bit slow for what they are, but it works, and it has a too thin turret neck, so that's gonna be a big issue. But other than that, well set up turret. I'll say good job on that one. Now, I haven't double checked it if all of them have emergency ejection defuses plus ejectors, but and this one is a little bit faster there. Okay. 4-barrel turret. We're suffering from the same too thin turret neck that will be very hurt in battle, but a lot of other really good builders do that too. I don't agree with the tactic because yeah, basically just watch my tutorial. Yeah, watch my tutorials too, but if you want to see why very thin turret necks is a bad idea, just look at the playlist of big battleship battles, especially the recent Gimli battles, and you'll see why. Yeah, other than that, works pretty well. I think this is the best ship setup so far. It only has one AI. It can be improved on all locations, of course, but yeah, less issues here, I would say. I would say that. EMP susceptibility is a thing, however. Now, back to the Yamato a little bit here. I just wanted to show this little thing. If you click P, all of the blocks will be tiny. But if you click Shift P, you will switch between different types of views. We are not going to go through all of these views here, but if you click a number of times, it will actually not render the blocks that are just structural blocks, but only render the important blocks. And this is the way which we'll use to be able to find some really important things, like ammo. Like here we can see all the steam engines that are botched. And you can see all the systems just isolated like this. Very, very nice. If you hold and click P once again, hold Shift and click P, you will display even fewer blocks. Like this insane network of really trying to not get EMP snipe. You know what the funny thing is? You know what the funny thing is? If you come at this torpedo and you get, if you come at this ship with a torpedo from beneath, that torpedo's EMP will go up here and actually delete this block before getting to any of the other cores there. So that's kind of an issue. And this is an issue because the turret block, it kind of leads EMP surges. So it needs to be insulated with rubber too. Like this thing is almost fine. Look at it. It has EMP insulation on all sides but the turret. So if you hit the Yamato beneath with a EMP torpedo, you can effectively still kill the turrets, and all of these surge protectors won't actually help. So yeah, that's something we'll have to fix as well. So, if you wondered what was wrong with the Yamato, I have listed some different reasons why we have some issues here and what to fix. There is a lot of things to fix. This is gonna be a mini-series. You should definitely subscribe for that if you haven't already. Martin, if you're watching this, I hope you enjoy it, and say hi in the comments. It would be really nice to send you this improved version and see what you think of it. We're going to part this little improving session up in different sections. I think we're gonna begin with improving the armor. I said it before, I will say it again. Huge thanks to martincitopants for just playing this game and making a lot of fun videos, because a lot of new people have found From the Depth as a game and are interested to play and learn a lot about it. And hopefully I will be able to help you a little bit with that too, as I helped martincitopants, because when he made this video I saw he scrolled through his watch history of tutorials and I recognized a lot of those thumbnails, man. In any case, before we end, I will just say huge thanks to all of the commissioned officers in the Army of Gmodism. Commodore Owen, Commander Morden, Lieutenants and/or Cravey, Drew, Flaurus, Parvagreed, Vincent, Rick and Screwrocks, and all our cadets, and of course our YouTube members. If you want to support the channel, you can join on YouTube or in the Patreon as a commissioned officer. If you just want to be an enlisted in the Army of Gmodism, it is completely free. You will just need to self-assign the role Matros 3rd class in our Discord, and you're in, and you will be able to find and be part of each and every little challenge and thing we have there. So I hope I see you there. This is your host Eric of Gmodism. I'll be signing out, and I'll see you in the next fixing the Ultra Battleship Yamato video. Bye bye.